Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Lucky Ocean podcast. Here with Clean, and we got Bitcoin hitting almost new highs today. Bro,
Yes.
that's insane.
Yeah.
How
Kind of
have you been
nuts.
kind of like holding up? Like, have you been excited? Have you been watching the moves?
I've been watching the moves. I'm just wondering when that's going to trickle down there,
Yeah,
to the Cardano era, you know. But pretty exciting. I mean, if you look at it,
that's
kind of
so
freaking
crazy.
crazy.
I can't believe it hit 63 and a half.
Look how much it dumped real quick.
Yeah,
But then
yeah, that
recovered.
that is pretty crazy.
Then it recovered nicely. So
That's so crazy.
it just shows like this early in, I guess, the bull, like what is possible.
Yeah.
For sure, because man, I'm telling you, this is kind of crazy. What's
Yeah.
up? Incredible
What's going on,
truths with the
Incredible Truth?
emojis.
Back-to-back podcast with all the emojis. I appreciate you, homie. What's going on, Fadi? Probably drinking a beer somewhere. I
Having a
appreciate you,
drink.
man. Yeah, last week, I mean, I was super nervous. I mean, I'm so happy to have been wrong. I'm so happy to like laugh at my previous self, right?
Yeah.
But I was nervous because the S&P 500 was nearing a top, right? And I for the longest time the S&P 500 and crypto is kind of like a 1-to-1 ratio, right? Like it would go up and crypto would go up. It would go down and crypto would go down. So we kind of had like a down day where Bitcoin continued to just soar right past it while the S&P 500 was chilling out, and I was like, "Oh, it's like that."
Yeah.
So this is kind of telling me that I don't have to be as worried about crypto because crypto still has to do some catching up, I think, to
Yeah.
the S&P 500, regardless of where it's at currently. So I'm fortunate to have been wrong. SNEC recovered like crazy too. We'll talk about the big SNEC announcement and the movement that's having, but like I'm just so happy that I was just wrong. You
We were
know?
both wrong.
Yeah.
Okay. We were both. You're not wrong in that. You're not alone for sure.
Yeah.
Like I was like, some shit's about to go down. I don't know what's happening. I mean, stay vigilant, I guess. But it's kind of crazy that it almost hit the all-time high this early in the bull run. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
that's kind of
Everybody was
crazy.
saying this has to happen, or it usually happens after the halving, which is sometime in April. So, man, it's crazy, dude.
Yeah, it is. It
We can
is.
check out the Cardano price and see what's happening there, but there's nothing to really talk about, I don't think, until we break like 65/70.
Look at
Yeah,
that.
wow.
Boom.
They did break 65 right there, actually.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, it came right back to 61. That's a big fluctuation.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's kind of like you think it's like difficult because now there are like bots for this stuff.
Like
You can like
difficult to
buy and
time like
sell.
tops or such, or like what are you saying?
Yeah, so like people have bots for like trading, like on stock markets and stuff like that. You
Right.
don't think people have bots in like crypto that are like constant arbitrage bots?
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure
Yeah.
there's definitely like an area, like a breakout area where people have bots set up to definitely sell at that area.
Yeah.
And then, people have bots set up to buy lows too. I don't know how you would predict a low though in this scenario where, Cardano hit 65 or 66 even. And then I don't know how you would time a re-entry after that because who would expect it to drop that much?
Yeah, I have no idea.
I mean,
It
maybe
obviously
some
creates some
like really rich people who are maybe
yeah.
controlling the scenes, right? Maybe they
Yeah,
know.
right.
But like as
Some
far as your own bot, I don't know how you would know
some
to
deep
do
sea
that.
whales. But it's like I suppose some of it, the sell off could have been because Coinbase went down.
Did Coinbase release any earnings or any news?
No, they just like they went down. Like they're not. I don't know if it's liquidity or what,
Let's
but
see. Yeah, I made a play recently in my Robinhood as well. Not on Coinbase, but on Mara. So I actually made a mistake and I bought Mara yesterday. So I bought it like right at the end. I bought it like right around here. It's like 30, maybe 40,
yeah.
30.4. and I thought that their earnings were after hours. But they're after hours today, not yesterday. So I actually bought it on accident. But then Bitcoin continued to go crazy, and it gapped up like almost 9 or 8% or whatever. And I just sold out instantly. I made like $60.
That's good.
Yeah, not too bad. I was gonna hold it for earnings, and I
mean,
probably
even if you were still in it, you'd be in profit still slightly.
What's going on, Voodoo?
Yeah, but I mean, this could signal like maybe some like inside sort of information. Earnings should be good if it's going up and up and up, and then people are selling, and it's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it also is kind of looking like it's about to break out. If you look at a year chart, it peaked at 31, and then we just broke 31 today.
Okay.
Right. So I feel like as long as their earnings are decent and they're also projecting to have better earnings next time due to the price of Bitcoin, I really think Mara could break out here, which is why I had the option. Paper handed it a little bit, but I mean, it was a weekly, and I don't trust weekly options because if I'm wrong, even for like a day or two, that's just the entire contract's dead.
Yeah.
So I sold it immediately. Happy with like the 30-40% gain on it. But yeah, I think we could break out a little bit.
Is there anything that you went long on?
Not stock wise. I mean, I still hold a lot of shares of AMD and Nvidia. Tesla's recovering for me, so that's pretty cool. But no, I haven't done any like options or anything like super long.
Yeah, Tesla came out with this Roadster, and it's like a collaborative effort between that and SpaceX, I guess.
Okay.
And they're talking about like rocket boosters on it. Which is kind of nuts.
Rocket boosters on what now?
Tesla Roadster.
On the Roadster?
Yeah.
Is it a joke or is it like...
Oh, Elon was talking about it yesterday, man.
0 to 60 in 1 second is the... Oh, that was a video made in 2020.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just like a theory. I don't know, dude. That would be insane.
Yeah.
That'd be absolutely insane. We can go back and look at SNEC now too. So I was mainly worried in the last video because my SNEC price was like down here, right? And I was panicking.
Yeah.
And I even made a joke. I was like, somebody tell me it's the bottom so I can relax. And it actually was the bottom. That's really
funny. Was the bottom.
But we recovered strong. I mean, day after day, Bitcoin was just going up.
It was like 10% gains for like 3 or 4 days in a row. 3 days, I want to say.
We had a really big sell-off just today now, though.
Yeah.
But still, like, as long as we hold above like 1.9, I think that's fine. SNEC had an announcement. Let me go to the Discord and show that because I really like this announcement.
Are we buying Levy?
I'm personally not touching it, but to each their own. I don't think it'll be a failure. So
no.
But I also missed out on butane. I'm just kind of not playing those plays right now. I figure go harder and SNEC while it was down was kind of the move. I did buy the SNEC dip as well. I did some reevaluating after that stream, and I was like, all right, I'm really negative right now, and that means other people are probably really negative. And it was mainly because I'm down on SNEC, but also because I was waking up to like negative ape news and negative this news, and this person had insider trading, and I'm just like, man, like this is not a good look for Cardano while everything else is doing great. So anyway, not to like justify being wrong, but you know, that's where my like negativity was coming from, was just waking up and reading Twitter. So I gotta stop doing that.
Did you try to put anything in Terry? No.
I still hold all my NFTs. I wasted like $250 on ADA buying those Terrys, and I just did nothing with them.
Yeah. The coin did not launch.
Oh, really?
It did not reach its soft cap.
Wow.
Which you could kind of tell, like in the Discord, it like wasn't popping off. Like, excitement was gone. Nobody could pump it. You know what I'm saying? And so it never launched. I sent in 100, and then like, hey, we're sending refunds out. And I was like, yeah, right, fat chance. The next thing you know, I got a refund. So I was like, oh shit. So Terry, I think, might be like legit, you know what I'm saying? But it just doesn't have any steam.
I do think it's legit. I don't think they're trying to rug it. I think the way that it was kind of ran was just a little non-coordinated. It was like, this is what we're going to do. Oh, wait, people don't like that. We're going to change it to this. Oh, wait, people might not like that. Let's try to add this. And it just kind of seemed like a Band-Aid was being thrown on a Band-Aid. And that's kind of what made me feel a little on edge about it. But
Yeah.
anyways, this SNEC update I think is really freaking cool. So they're talking about, you know, their biggest strength in their liquidity, and now they're leveraging it. So they created their like SNEC ADA SNEC pairings, and now they're also putting SNEC on another DEX. And on top of that, they're increasing their fees from 0.25% to 1% on all the DEXs. And that's going to last for 3 months. And that's going to start on the 1st. So we have today and then tomorrow before the fees go back up. And I think that's why the price is going up so high, is because not only are we going to be burning more with those higher fees, but people want to get in a day or two earlier before those fees affect how much SNEC they get per ADA.
Yeah.
So I like that. And I like that it's only 3 months too, because it'll go back to normal and it's not, you know, this kind of like pressure of, oh, when I sell it, I'm going to be penalized, or, oh, when I'm buying too late, I'll be penalized. It's not really a penalty is how I'm trying to view it.
Right.
So I like that. It's going to increase the amount of SNEC that's burnt and should stabilize it a little bit. And it looks like the community seems to like it.
Yeah. Yeah. Whenever you say burning, generally the community is like, yeah, go for it. Like,
Hell
make
yeah.
some shit more rare. Let's go.
And they
yeah.
have really good like illustrations for it too.
For sure. For sure.
I'm a fan.
I think, have you heard about Bet? Bet like rugged.
Oh, for real rugged.
ADA shuffle rugged, right?
Let's go check that out.
And so there's a new team looking to take it over.
Oh, I have heard about this.
Yes.
Okay, and the people who are thinking about taking it over, is that Ultimate Warrior?
So originally it was, then it became like the Galactic Cats and a couple different other people. I'll try to find like the tweet on it. Son of Bitcoin.
Yeah, how's Nova doing? Because I remember everybody was really hyped on Nova for a long time.
Right.
Doing well today.
ADA Shuffle.
13%.
So breaking ADA Shuffle. It appears that OCOMs and the team behind Galactic Cats and Block Jobs app will be taking over and trying to rescue ADA Shuffle project.
Nice.
So,
I wonder how that's going to affect Nova token and Bet token. Like, will they have to have both tokens? Will they keep it kind of as is with their
I
own
think they'll
utilities?
keep it as is. Like, why? It wasn't broke before. Like, it worked. The thing is that I just want to make sure that it's fair betting, because every time it seemed like I would deposit money into there, right? And I know it's a betting site and I totally get it. But like my wins were very like not streaky. It would just be gone. Like I know I would be gone. There was nothing that I could do. Like once I got past this threshold, like it was legit loss after loss after loss after loss, no matter what I did.
I feel like it's so hard to know, because that's just kind of the nature of gambling, right? Like you're up big, or you're like always losing, or, you know,
Right.
It's just, like you said, streaky. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's look at some NFTs too. Let's see if any of those are coming back. I'm still not a huge fan of NFTs.
Don't look at apes, bro.
Yeah.
Don't look at
oh, man.
Let's look at the floor. Let's see what we got on the floor.
2K, bro. I don't know. I don't like that. Jelly cubes are up, though, a little bit. Jelly cubes are up. Omen's kind of steady.
Omens are steady at like 450. House of Titans went up a lot.
It actually sold my House of Titans, so really? I don't have any more hot.
Oh my god.
No more. No mas.
All right. Yeah, I'm holding on my threshold, and I got my NFTs still, and there's going to be staking and third-party staking and stuff. But I'm thinking about actually getting back into Bet as like a buy.
Yeah.
Because if you zoom out.
Okay, let's check this out.
Like pretty hardcore, depending on what the team does or whatever.
It's basically right at token launch.
Right. I mean, and if you look at the highs, right, depending on who they get in there, depending on the highs, like, I mean, this shit could surge. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there was another token too on Solana, Solana Casino,
Yeah.
and I bought into that, and it was doing really well like a month ago, and I thought, oh, let me go like check it because I still held on to it, and we can go check it today. It's not doing well. I bought it because it was a call out from Calm actually, so I was just kind of listening to him because I didn't know where to put. I only had like one Solana, and I just wanted to put it into something DeFi Solana. And I thought at the time casinos were doing really good, so I took his advice on it, and now it's worth 0.5 Solana. So not doing well on it. But if anybody knows anything about this, I mean, what do you think? Should I sell it? Hold it? 0.75. That's not bad. Yeah. I'm down a little bit. Nothing crazy because I did buy it pretty low too. But yeah, I'm just trying to like have my hand in a bunch of different things. I also hold, I'll share this. This is Topaz. If anybody knows about Optos, this is their NFT marketplace. And I hold one of these monkeys. And this is the only thing on Optos that I hold. So I like to just kind of like check this out every once in a while. It peaked, I want to say, like 80 Optos a month and a half ago. So these things really can fluctuate strongly too.
Yeah.
Do you have any NFTs on other chains other than ETH?
Do I?
Yeah.
Just a couple heavy metals, essentially.
Gotcha.
Sold youths. Couldn't do it.
All of them?
Yeah.
Dang. For a loss?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But at that point, I was pissed off.
Yeah. Was it kind of like rage selling, or were you really like, I just don't believe anymore, so I need to at least get a little bit of money back?
Yeah, I don't believe anymore.
Gotcha.
Like, it was just like, once you go silent for like 3 months or whatever, and Frank has most recently come back or whatever, but it's too little too late, man. Like, honestly, he's like, well, I'm trying to build 2 different businesses and I can't really talk about it, blah, blah, blah. It's like, dude, I don't give a shit. Like, you go silent, you can say, hey, we're working. You can always say, like, hey, I'm doing something in the background. I can't talk about it, but it's something that's going to be like worth it. But even now, I don't think it's worth it. Like, whatever the fuck they got going on, not worth it.
It's hard, man. I've been wondering about NFTs too. Voodoo says he's still holding his Optos monkey because we bought these during the bear market. This was just one of those random things that decided to do well. It didn't have to, because a lot of things didn't. But shout outs to the monkeys. But NFTs, I feel like I don't know how it works with NFTs. I wasn't here for Ethereum. I didn't own Ethereum NFTs like during the pump. So I'm going to either ask you, I'll ask the audience too, if anybody knows, do NFTs pump during cycles like this that are also pumping, or do NFTs pump once the cycle's kind of over and people are looking for just a little bit of an extra investment within crypto? Because right now it doesn't look like anything's really moved along with the price of crypto.
I feel
other
like
than down on Cardano.
Yeah. I feel like it's slow moving. But I think it's based on how many eyes you have on it, right? So the louder people are on Twitter, I think the more movement you'll see.
Yeah, but so like, when does that matter though? Because people were pretty loud, or at least tried to be, for a lot of these NFT launches, and nothing really came of it. So I don't think it matters how loud they are. It matters how many people are actually looking at it, or looking at these people who are being loud. So like, when do those people start looking?
Right, that's what I'm saying. Once we start making waves in Twitter and stuff like that, that's when it happens. So like, the coin can go up and that's fine if everybody's fine with the coin movement. I mean, it's whatever, but generally the more intrigued I was with ETH was when Bored Apes were going off, right? And like CryptoKitties and stuff like that. And then we had what was it, like the sports moments, whatever it was. I forget what it was called. NBA Top Shot.
Right.
And you could buy like these moments. Like, I felt ultimate FOMO because everybody was buying them and it was all over my Twitter feed. And I wasn't even like connected to these people, but I instantly looked in. Same with like the what is it? The Polygon monsters or Polymons. Like
Yeah.
when I saw those, I was like, dude, I gotta get one of those. Those things look so badass. It looks fun to play or like whatever. And like I had nothing to do with the chain at all. Like I was in Cardano at that point, like 100%. But then it just like was polychain monsters. I was like, okay, I might have to get into that. I might have
But
to,
I guess what I'm asking though is like, do those things start popping off while the price of Polygon is also popping off, or does it happen kind of on the tail end of it?
I don't know, because this was like 2020,
Yeah. See,
4
that's what I'm
years ago,
saying. Like,
dude.
I didn't pay attention to NFTs like that, so it's hard for me to know when NFTs are going to have their moment again. I feel like they will. I know I joked last time, sell your NFTs, they only go down. Like, that's how it felt the last 3.5 to 4 years,
Oh
right?
yeah.
There's a few that went up, but then again, they eventually came down. But I was looking at, so like we can look at Cardano here and see if I can remember the dates, but we'll go back like a year because I just wanted to look. I think it was, December 13th. That was the recent top of Cardano, right? Around 66 cents,
Yeah.
this cycle. And then if we go, and I wanted to look at SNEC because, that's where I have most of my money right now and I'm kind of shitting myself. So I looked at SNEC, and on when SNEC peaked, it was also around December 13th. Like right here is just December 16th, right? And then like sure we could like scale it over here a little bit and say December 19th, but whatever. Basically, around a few days after SNEC or Cardano peaked is the stuff underneath Cardano started to peak. So
Right.
I wonder if we'll be able to see a correlation like this with NFTs at some point.
I mean, it's possible. I don't know. Like I'm still looking for good plays in the meme coin department. You know what I'm saying? Like NFTs haven't really
That SNEC dip, that was juicy, I'm saying.
caught me. Like the snack dip was juicy. Everybody knew that. Like we all knew that. You knew that. We talked about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like because it was dropping like 5%, wasn't trading. Or when I say by wasn't trading, it was like
Low
instead of
volume.
being like the number one every single day, it dropped down to like 5.
Yeah. That
So
was
there was
kind of
still a lot of
concerning
movement
too.
on there. It's ridiculous saying not trading, but
Yeah.
like this dip. I mean, would you buy right here though?
If I didn't average before, I would have, but I've just been following it so closely. I've just been averaging on the way down. Now that it's on the way up, um, if I didn't average enough, then yes, but I averaged a lot. I went heavier than, I'm comfortable doing. So like
Yeah,
I'm good. I'm happy with my decision. Um, and I really just started thinking too, like what is the only way that makes me comfortable with holding SNEC while being down so much? And I really thought to myself, and I was like, the only thing that would make me comfortable holding at this level while being down so much is if I'm going to add more here. And I was like, okay, well, let's do it. So I threw in like another like 1,500 or whatever, around 160 or 165. And now
yeah.
it's at like 195. So it helped for sure.
Would it be worth selling a little portion of it or no?
Not in my opinion.
Okay.
I'm waiting for some sort of news on the centralized exchanges. I believe strongly that Goofy will be able to get listed on at least one this cycle. And I think if one gets listed, I don't see why the others wouldn't want to compete with that as well. So I don't know. I'm still pretty bullish. My minimum case is 500 million. That's where I think SNEC's market cap can hit. Right now, it's at about 115. I want to say maybe like 120. So I think 500 million is very doable, roughly a 5x from here, a little less. And then like bull case scenario, like super bullish, I think that's when we start to like see, can we finally get a DeFi asset to hit like a billion, right? And then
Yeah.
if that's the case, are we going to start comparing ourselves to Bonk? And can we try to hit 2 million or 3 million even, or billion rather? Sorry. I think we might have a hard time doing the same volume as Solana and hitting a $3 billion market cap on our meme coin. I think that might be a little far-fetched. I do think it's possible though. So I'm going to sell some at 500 million. That's my smallest case. And then I'm going to hold some until a billion. I'll probably sell all of it at $1 billion, maybe a little bit I'll hold just for like shits and giggles. But I think those are the level I'm looking at.
Nice. Okay.
Yep.
I bought 500 worth
500 what?
of bet
Right here.
Yeah, so we'll see.
Okay. So right now it says Cardano's or SNEC is at a $92 million market cap. So yeah, more than a 5x from here.
I mean, it's possible. Dude,
I think it's very
Bitcoin's
possible.
at 63K. Like at one point today, like
Yeah.
we know what's possible at this point because that was last bull run's all-time high, and we're already here.
Yeah, this is actually saying the 16th, which is Cardano's peak, was the peak of SNEC. So that's crazy. That is like a 1-to-1. You know, Cardano goes up, SNEC goes up. That's interesting to look at. Let's see. Where's Bitcoin?
Do you think it'll be affected? The price of it being on a centralized exchange? Do you feel like that would, because it's on Cardano and people feel like a certain way about Charles or whatever, the product or whatever, do you feel like that will stymie some of its growth, or no? Money is money.
I ultimately think money is money. Will there be some people that are just like, oh, well, fuck Cardano, like hate that thing, like I'm not going to buy anything under Cardano? Yeah, there's definitely those people. I think there's the same people against every chain though. Like some people really hate XRP. Some people really hate whatever token it is, right? Like some people hate ETH just because of high gas fees. But I was saying this too. Right now, I don't know if those things matter too much. Like ETH gas fees are annoying for people who use the ecosystem. But as somebody who just wants to buy cryptocurrency and might not want to buy Bitcoin because of the price, or you think you can make more with ETH, you might buy ETH just for that fact. You don't know that ETH is expensive to buy an NFT or to send a transaction. You're just going to buy ETH.
Yeah.
And I think once the narrative comes and people are actually using the technology underneath these cryptocurrencies, that's going to be like a whole new thing where people are actually starting to learn the differences. I don't think people know right now. So I think right now is going to be just another dumb, FOMO rally of people getting into crypto just because the price is going up. And I think maybe after it's a little bit more solidified with these ETFs, maybe the next bull cycle after this one will start to get a little bit more educated.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just a theory.
Did you buy any Yeezys?
I did not.
He's selling stuff for like $20 right now.
Wait, shoes?
Not the shoes. Well, kind
like
of
NFTs.
The pods. So he's selling these pods, and he's selling like T-shirts.
Okay.
And like sweatpants for like $20 right now.
Maybe that's like. Hold on. So these are NFTs? Like, what are pods? What do you mean?
No. Go to Yeezy.com. Share that screen, son. See those pods in the right?
Okay, so pods are socks?
They're socks / like you can wear them outside.
Okay, let me see.
So go.
Oh, so they got some like rubber on them. You can kind of see it. I don't know if y'all can see that because it's really hard to see.
People were buying these for $200.
Damn. No, I did not get any of these. Let me see.
Those are the pods. You got the pants. You got everything.
Let's go back. Let's see what else they're selling.
Like
all of these are $20. What is this? This looks like I just left Adidas and I need to dump my supply sale.
It's $20 easy though.
Huh. How long does this last? Why is he doing this?
Oh, he always wanted to do this, is what he said.
So this is just like affordable and he'll profit?
Yeah, I guess.
That's crazy.
He's got stuff from the album, the Vultures album and stuff like that. It's pretty dope. I don't know. I thought it was a cool thing. I don't know if I'm gonna buy pods, but I might buy like a fucking T-shirt.
I like buying albums sometimes just to like support the artist.
Yeah.
But, huh.
It's cool. I thought it was cool.
It is cool.
But yeah. So this past week has been pretty okay. I think it's cool to see all this stuff like kind of happening. And to be honest with you, I don't know why it's happening or like what happened to make it start, you know.
Well, they
It's
were just saying a
crazy.
lot of money from the ETFs was coming in. So we had yesterday and the day before were back to back over $1 billion purchases from those ETFs,
Oh no shit.
which is insane. And they're actually saying right now that retail investors haven't gotten back into crypto yet, based on whatever graph they look at to see like if retail's in or if this is triggered by, big institutions. So far, this is mostly institutional money that's coming in right now,
Yeah.
which is pretty crazy to think about because that means we're not even at the FOMO rally, right? And
No.
when that starts to happen, I mean, they're saying too, the supply of people who were willing to list, and this was, I think, yesterday at 57K was drying up. And
Yeah.
so the next level was like 60K. And then we hit 60, 3.5, like real quick today. I mean, the supply is just being eaten up so quickly. And then we're about to have the halving. I'm wondering if institutions know that the halving is going to cause such a massive supply shock that they're just trying to get in now and they don't care about previous cycles.
Dude, the craziest thing is that I the town that I work in has like 1,700 people in it. And inside one of their gas stations is a Bitcoin like ATM.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's
It's
cool.
so cool because I've only seen like two of them, and they were here in my hometown, which has like, I don't know, like 174,000 people, so it's pretty decent size. But I've only seen like two of them here. And then inside this little rinky-dink town, there's the Bitcoin like ATM,
So
which
I've
I think is
always,
cool. Like,
yeah, I've wondered about those though. Like, do you like put in your crypto wallet, like those 24 words, and then you ask like, oh, I want to take out $500 of that, or like, how does it work?
Oh, I don't think so. I think you have to have your address,
Oh, okay. Well,
right?
if you if you use your address, you'd still need to then sign a transaction to have the Bitcoin go through and turn it into USD or something, right?
Well, I don't think you can cash out. This
Oh,
is
you can only
simply a
put it
spot
in.
for buying it.
Oh, okay.
And I
Okay.
think it updates, I think once every like, I don't know what the snapshot is, but every like 10 minutes, like
Hmm.
the price will fluctuate.
Okay.
But I don't know exactly how it works. So I don't want to sound like too ignorant because there's definitely like, there's not a 10-minute delay, I don't think. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever
Right.
that time is, it takes a snapshot of the transaction, looks up the price at that point, but it gives you like the front screen will update every like 5 or 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? To
Right.
reflect the actual price of the coin.
Yeah, I would imagine it would probably show you the price and then it would probably have the transaction go through. And then once it goes through, it tell you where you got filled at. Because I don't think it could just like preemptively tell you this is where you're going to get filled because the
Right.
price is so volatile right now. Like I
Yeah.
was even watching it and we can go back to it too. It was jumping hundreds of dollars sometimes in less than half a candle.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So I think it would just have to update once the transaction goes through. We'll have to see because I've been wondering how high, if we keep having institutions and ETFs adding, let's say on the low end 500 million a day, on the high end, a billion to 1.5 billion a day. How does this stop? Like, when would this stop? It's so new, and people are still getting into the ETFs, and now people are probably trying to get in even more because they don't want to get in too late with the price going crazy, literally daily. Like, what would cause it to have a dip? And that's what I'm trying to figure out.
People selling off from like when they bought it at 64,
I
maybe.
know, but why wouldn't people sell off from like 54 to 58? And why does it wait to 64 to go to 60? Like it it's so crazy that we're already at all-time highs nearly, and the halving hasn't even happened.
Yeah, that's
Like,
what I'm saying.
so many.
Well,
This
what
is
happened last time?
different.
Did we bring up the last time there was a halving?
Yeah, let's see it. When was Bitcoin halving?
I want to say it was like May or something.
Halvings date. So the first halving was November 2012, and then next one was 2016 in July, and then the last one was May 11th,
May 11th,
2020.
yeah, of 2020.
Okay. So let's go to May 11th.
Yeah, so let's look at the run up to see if there was a run up at that point.
All right, so May 11th, 2020. Whoops. So there was a little run up from like, let's say April, about 7K, 6K.
Yeah.
And then May happened, and it went up to like 8K in May.
Okay.
To 9K in May. So went up like
Jesus
15%.
Christ, is it going to hit like 120K?
I mean, if this is what's going to come after the halving, then that's what it's looking like. It's looking like 100,000 easy.
Jesus.
Yeah, this was the last halving, was like right here, and this is a local top. Even the halving happened,
Yeah.
and then we only went up like another 1,000, which is like 10% roughly, which is really good for the asset price. But then it did nothing for like a month, and then goes up, and then falls down, nothing for like a month, and then boom. But this time we're gonna have institutional buying pressuring all. Dude, I feel like there's nothing that could bring it down, but I also just feel like there's always something that can bring it down. So like, what would that even be with this much buying?
Well, if you had institutional, like those people don't sell for shit until they retire.
And it just started. If you look at the gold ETF, and when gold ETFs first started, I mean, those have a massive run up over a 10-year period, right? And if this is just the start of it, yeah, I don't see why anybody would be looking to sell anytime soon.
Because Jesus, so it's like, okay, so what was the price of the last halving? It was 7K.
The last halving was between 6.5 and 9K, in that range.
Dude, I could have bought so many fucking Bitcoin at that point.
Yeah, dude. Voodoo was shout out to Voodoo in the chat, man. He sent his, I think it was 2017, he had a transaction where he did something with Bitcoin, and the exchange rate was like $4,500, and he was talking about how that was like such a ripoff, right? But it's like, bro, if you could get Bitcoin for $4,500 right now, you'd be so happy.
Yeah,
like that's so crazy to think about.
So I had a transaction in like 2016, 2017, $1,906 a coin.
Whew.
And I got four of them.
Yeah. You hold any of them still?
I was just chilling. And then I sold at like a little over 4K.
All of them?
All of it.
Okay, so you made like what, 16K?
Yeah.
Total. That's fucking good though. That's still good.
Yeah. I mean,
right?
you can't really complain.
You hold the 60K, you're talking a whole different ball game.
Yeah. But it's like, damn, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, now you're talking 200,000. But you see what could happen. You know what I'm saying? So people that even hold like 500 ADA, you know what I'm saying? Like you bought 500 ADA like at like 25 cents or whatever, you know, or whatever. You know, now you're walking away with $2,500, right? It's like, it's not life-changing money, but dude, like
good returns still.
That's really freaking good returns, dude, based on what you spent. That's insane.
Right.
And so
what's so crazy too is like the first run up, right, in 2017, that was so parabolic, and then it crashed, and I feel like everybody kind of thought that was just like a once in a lifetime opportunity, right? Like this stupid asset that nobody cares about, from like less than $1 to thousands in a year, right? Everybody was kind of like, that's it. And then it goes and it has like another run up to the same prices, right? And I mean, if you look back here, right, this is the same, all like the same levels. This looks like it didn't move at all. And eventually these prices are going to start on a chart to look like this, you know, like look like the movements that didn't really do anything. That's what this is going to look like. We're going to be way the fuck up here somewhere.
Yeah.
It's going to be insane, dude.
It's going to look nuts. But like, man, you know, and you always heard about like Bitcoin and stuff like that, you know, if you're in the right channels and stuff. But you never, it was like what some old people still think Bitcoin is today. That's what I thought it was back in the day. I wasn't buying like terrible like red page shit, you know what I'm saying, from like the Onion tours and stuff like that. And so and I wasn't like buying drugs, you know, on
On like
and so
what, the Silk Road or whatever it
Silk
was called.
Road, yeah.
Yeah.
And so I wasn't doing that stuff. And then you could pay like porn people for it or like whatever, and I wasn't doing that. So it was like I didn't know what you could do with it. So I just like faded,
Held it.
I guess you would say.
Oh,
But
okay.
then I started like there was this video where people were like, imagine buying like a house with this someday, to where like you didn't have to go through all these channels. Like you didn't have to involve a middleman through a bank. It was just you buying a piece of property through a contract and you're paying the person. And I was like, what a fucking concept. You know what I'm saying? Like, get the banks out of it. Get everybody who wants their cut of what you have out of it. And even take it down to like selling a bike. You know what I'm saying? Why do I have to claim selling a bike that I built myself maybe for like $1,000 profit because I'm supposed to, right? You know?
Voodoo says he bought a car with his ETH and Bitcoin sales back when. Could own a fleet now in a garage to put them all in if he held.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
That's crazy. He says no regrets.
No regrets. Yeah, for sure. There's a lot of coulda, shoulda, woulda, but I was like there in 2016, 2017. And it's like, had I known, right, or been a little bit more liquid, then I would have probably bought in more. But I would have sold at 4K and been happy.
I'm thinking about this too, right? And I feel like that's always the case. Is like, well, if you held your Bitcoin for like 3 to 4 years, right? As long as you didn't buy it like the top, you'd be doing great, right? No, almost no matter when you bought, as long as it wasn't the top. And so yes, I'm gonna have a sellout period, but a part of me, and I think I will, also because of tax reasons, if I were to like take out everything, I'd be screwed in taxes based off how much I would make, because I've just been accumulating for years. And it would just be such a large lump sum that I'd be screwed on taxes. So for that reason too, I feel like I need to hold some of this for literally over 10 to 15 years. Like I need to treat this almost like a stock portfolio now and really hold like the freaking line for a long time. Now, there's definitely times to sell and times to buy. And if you have those times planned out, you can make a lot more than just holding. But still, I know I'm not going to time the tops perfectly. I know I'm not going to time the bottoms perfectly. So I think I just want to hold like a lot of this long term as a stock and just really be surprised, when I wake up 20 years down the line or whatever and see Cardano maybe at like $40 or something crazy.
That's nuts, isn't it?
Right? Like it's very possible.
Like if that could happen, the market cap would be unreal. And you gotta think at that point, most people have bought into crypto. It's more adopted than where it is now. Because even now you can talk to like people about Bitcoin and they still don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like a lot less, but still like they don't know. They still think it's for buying drugs and shit, and funding illegal like activities, waging wars against countries and shit like that. They just think it's all like bad shit, and so that's the inherent impression of everybody.
Well, that's what makes me so frustrated too, though, is like, what do you mean crypto is being used for bad things? Like what? You've never paid somebody in US dollars for drugs? You've never paid somebody in US dollars for guns? You've never paid a hitman in US dollars? Like you can really hide money when you take it out of an ATM and then you give it and you don't know where that transaction ID is. Like we talk about decentralization, but you can actually follow transactions really far and really deep, and there is no hiding it. So
shout out to Tappy.
feel like, yeah, dude, Tappy.
Shout out to
For
Tappy
real.
for that.
Tappy has some great info for real though.
But
People still need a sell plan. I keep hearing on projects people are holding forever. If not passive, what's the point? Absolutely,
correct.
absolutely. I'm definitely going to be selling some, but I just feel like, because for example, right, like even clean, right, you bought your Bitcoin for 2K, then you sold it 4K. Even if you just held one of those Bitcoin,
Yeah,
just one of those Bitcoin, you would have made more than the entire trade.
like
Right.
I was about to, you know what I'm saying? Like even if I would have sold it like 40K, that's
Right.
insane to think like, okay, I spent $1,900 and $1,906 on one coin, and now it's at 40.
Yeah.
So I trade in this one coin, I get $40,000. Okay, this bull run, I trade in one coin, I get $110,000. That's insane to me. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's insane. And I think that uh, we talk about mass adoption and stuff like that. And I think we know, like, oh, it comes through Bitcoin first. And I think this is your first real look at it, right? To where we can say, oh, the proof is in the pudding 100% right now. Bitcoin is going to soar like higher than I think anything
A
you
lot
can,
higher than what we are maybe
what you
prepared for.
anticipated, right?
Right.
Because what I thought was like, okay, 100K. I'm looking at 100K and we'll be okay. ETFs kind of like, is this the first step for ETFs, right? Like this big jump, like, is that the first step for ETFs? And if so, holy shit,
Well,
we're
it
in for a
definitely
wild
is.
ride.
It definitely is. It's sub 2 months, right? Like we've only had
Yeah.
these ETFs for 2 months. And on top of that, we're going to definitely talk about the society news. I'm going to check that out.
What's up, Ashley?
Fadi. What's going on, Ashley Crossland? Um, but the news on these ETFs is that there's people that are hitting up other ETFs and they're like, hey, I saw that these Bitcoin, ETFs are available through you guys. Like, I want to get in. And some people are saying, no, we don't offer those. And so what they either have to do is create a separate account under, BlackRock, RK, whatever, or they're just going to wait until their firm that they're currently with just launches one.
Right.
And those firms don't want to miss out on that opportunity and give it to BlackRock and the other, players. They're just going to have to create their own. And so I think that's what's happening right now too, is a lot of these other firms are preparing to launch their own Bitcoin ETF. So it's just going to get more and more. I don't think it's going anywhere.
So, Jesus Christ, should have bought Bitcoin, right? At like 18 to 20.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I was thinking it the other day too. I was like, I wanted to own at least a little bit of Bitcoin because I feel naked without Bitcoin. I feel like Bitcoin is the man, right? Like you're invested into stocks, and 9 times out of 10, if you're an investor in stocks, you own at least Apple, Microsoft, Google, one of the top players, right? And I just feel like Bitcoin is the dog. Like Bitcoin is the guy, and I don't hold him. And I'm so bullish on crypto, and I don't have any Bitcoin. I just don't like it. I want to own some.
Yeah, and it's kind of crazy because when it was like, okay, you put in Bitcoin and that's good. Like, I didn't think I was like looking at it and I was like, well, look at Cardano. It can do a 10x easy, 25 cents to 250. Like, give me a break.
Yeah.
Whereas you're looking at something where it's like 20,000 to 200,000. Like that's crazy too. But like, holy shit, is it possible? Is it actually? I know it's a very far way away, but like, dude, it's kind of crazy how much it's jumped even now.
Yeah. The thing I wanted to figure out too is, Cardano is lagging behind a lot of these, even altcoins. Like it's definitely lagging behind Bitcoin, lagging behind Ethereum. You go to its all-time high and we're still way down here.
Yeah.
And if we want to go check out, Solana or maybe just Ethereum, because Ethereum was lagging the last little run that we had. You go to all time here, and it's like way up here. It's only it's only like $1,000 off its all time high. All right. So I think what happened last time we had a bull run in Cardano was that it seemed like Cardano might just not run. for that bull run. And then everything started cooling off, and then Cardano ran. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I would love it if we could run alongside everybody else and participate in the run up, but we might just do the Cardano thing where we chill out while everybody else is having a grand time. And then just when
Great.
everybody thinks, Cardano's a bunch of cucks and Alex Becker's making 30 videos a day again,
Yeah.
that's when Cardano will pump. Maybe that's what we get. We'll have to see.
I mean, I don't know. I think that crypto's, I don't know. I've been kind of reinvigorated, I guess you would say.
It's hard not to be, right? You wake up every day and it's like Bitcoin's up 5%, Bitcoin's up 5%, Bitcoin's up 10%. ADA will hit $100. Hey, maybe before I die. I don't know about anytime soon though.
But I mean, dude, if ADA hit $100, that would be a crazy market cap. Like we're talking mass adoption. And at that point, does what's it called? The transaction Hydra, is that implemented?
Oh man, I hope so. They've
Like
been talking a lot about
maybe like what I'm doing right now, and it's kind of like a long way away, because there's so much into it. But like Cardano sidechain,
I was gonna talk about Midnight.
You could do Midnight. I know Starch, which is what I'm mining right now, is doing one. It's a little bit slower moving, but like it's done by like a couple different people, and Adam Dean's behind it.
Yeah.
Which Charles loves Adam Dean. Midnight, you could talk about just to take some of the chain load off there, right?
Yeah.
Because do you know how side chains work?
A little bit. I mean, it's underneath Cardano, and it does its own transactions underneath Cardano. And then I think after it reaches a certain amount of transactions or blocks or whatever, then it puts it onto the Cardano chain. Is that correct?
Yeah. So everything is up on the Cardano blockchain or whatever it is, right? So with the side chain, these two have to communicate through like some sort of bridge. So you have to create it like an endpoint on this side, and everything is running on Cardano. So like once you transfer everything to this side, you don't have any theoretical value on this side. It has to all run to this endpoint over here. And then once you bring your coins from over there or whatever, transactions from over here to over there, then it creates a separate transaction to where, again, you don't have anything left over here. It's all over here now. So you have to bridge things. And so with Polygon, right, it's used for Ethereum. Like it's probably the best case sidechain that I've seen. Like you trade a little bit of security, right, for transaction speed.
Okay.
And so with Polygon, I was paying like 2 or 3 cents, 5 cents for transactions. Whereas on ETH, I was paying like $5, $11 per transaction, which isn't shit as far as like transactions go. I mean, I can spend an extra $11, but during peak bull run, you think I'm going to spend like $200 on gas? You're crazy.
So that's what I was wondering too, and that's what I was talking about with like my parents and such. Is like, I complain to them all the time, like, oh, I don't want to be on Ethereum because I had to spend $55 for my last transaction, and it also failed, which means I had to spend another $55 and then do the slippage correctly because it changed so much to make it go through next time. So I really lost $110 on one transaction. But
Right.
to them, they're like, what do you mean? I bought Ethereum yesterday and I only bought $100 worth. Does that mean I only have 50? And I was like, no. Like, it doesn't work like that. So a lot of these people who are buying Ethereum and Cardano and other crypto, they just don't know anything about the actual functionality, like how it works.
Right.
And I think that's going to be the next, like one of these bull runs, that's going to be the topic. That's going to be actually the focal point, as opposed to just the focal point of more money is now being introduced through ETFs or whatever.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to be crazy because that's when Cardano can start to shine. Like, okay, Cardano's been out for 8 years or whatever it is now and has never gone down. Like, what a stat to throw at people.
Yeah.
Right? Banks have days they go down. Like, that's insane.
Yeah.
So
what's this?
So this is Society.
Okay.
And Fadi was saying there's no details yet. It seems just a teaser. But yeah, I wanted to show actually in the Discord of Ape Society, they did have a little announcement. They said, the apes and the society holders, we apologize for our communications regarding the future of society, and we want to let you know that the future has never been brighter. We want to save our plans and big announcements for after Levy to keep focus, but decided to drop a quick peek at what's to come. So I guess this is just like a little sneak peek of some utility that will come to society token holders.
Which is fine. I think this is a pivot, right? People were going ape shit, no pun intended, over fucking society, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
People were like losing their minds over this,
Yeah.
right? And so this is a pivot, which is good. Like,
It is good.
good, bravo! Like, thank God, because people were kind of upset with the Levy airdrop, if we're being quite honest. Like, very underwhelmed, and floor price went from shit to shitter. You know what I'm saying? Not good.
Yeah.
And so,
I mean, Congo came out too. He talked about the accusations or whatever of him selling with insider trading, and he was like, "Well, I didn't know when the announcement was going to come out," was his response. And so yeah, I guess he also had some loans that people were speculating he wouldn't pay back, but he was like, "I have all intentions on paying those back. I still have 3 days left or something, like chill out."
yeah.
So like, again, Cardano people jump to conclusions. I was a little frustrated when I heard that though, because
No, the selling was bullshit, man.
that's what I was
Like,
going to talk about.
you don't ever do that shit.
Because
Everybody knows that.
first off, it doesn't matter when the announcement was going to come out. You already knew about it and you made a play based on that. So even if the announcement came out 3 months, 5 months, a year from now, it doesn't matter. It would look better on your end, right? It would be harder to prove and it would look better, but it's still insider trading. You knew something that we didn't know and you traded on that. So, but he was like, I'm going to take a break from social media because of the death threats or the negativity, whatever he was saying was being thrown at him. And again, I can never sympathize for anybody throwing out death threats. You're fucking ridiculous. Is it
fucking
frustrating?
post them, dude?
Yeah, like,
I don't believe in death threats unless they're fucking post them. I don't want to hear this bullshit.
They're just threats on people. Like, we don't need to threaten people's lives just because they did something wrong. I think that's ridiculous. I think we can yell at them, we can be mad at them, we can ask for a new leader, or we can ask him to step down. You can say whatever you want to say, but to like, oh, I'm going to end your life is just ridiculous. That's always never the option.
Also, he's very undoxed.
Yeah.
So if I were him, I would just be like, good luck finding me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody knows who the fuck I am. You know, it's kind of like, who are you getting death threats? Literally from who? I mean, I'm not here to downplay death threats, people, whatever. But I don't believe that shit. I don't have an ounce of sympathy for that shit anymore.
It's just annoying. It's just like, I'm mad at you and I want you to know it, is all it says to me.
Right.
And it's like, you could have said that in many different ways. So, but it is what it is. It's unfortunate. Hopefully maybe he comes back with a better response. Maybe that was just like one of those frustrated quick responses because he's flustered. Maybe there's more to the story that he can explain. I don't know. But that is what it is.
Yeah.
And it's nice to see that they know, though, that, okay, this isn't going to provide value for society holders, and that is a problem. So let's work on that. And I'm happy to see that there's going to be at least something for society holders now.
Which is good. I think that's a good thing. It's a good turn. Hopefully it reflects. I mean, apes are cheap right now. So if you ever wanted to get into Ape Society, now would kind of be the time, I would say.
Yeah.
Or do you think it goes lower?
I mean, I bought it at 6,888. I clearly thought it was worth that and more at the time. But the price kept going down. Would I sell it now? Definitely not. Do I think it could go lower? Yeah, it could. So I don't know. I'm just praying that my investment goes up. I'm more so heavily invested into SNEC, and that's all I'm really paying attention to, because if SNEC works out like I want it to, then I don't care. Right. I could lose all of my money on NFTs and I'd still be in a very, very nice spot because of the way I position in SNEC. So that's all I really care about, and I think SNEC will provide.
And that's another question is like, would you have been better off with no NFTs?
Yes, I would have. I wouldn't have met as many people. I wouldn't have gone into so many things. I wouldn't have done those interviews with so many people, and that may have changed and helped and shaped my mentality to have a better DeFi trading. So it's hard to say, like, value wise, purely yes, I would be better off if I've never bought any NFTs, but some of those NFTs allowed me to meet people and make decisions that I might not have earlier. Like I met just through like Twitter Spaces, Little Thunder or whatever. I got some whitelist spots that I could give to my community at that time through holding my NFTs. And that was extremely lucrative and made me a lot of money. It made my holders a lot of money. So in that scenario, it's like, well, if I didn't speak with people who had NFTs and get to know these people, I wouldn't have been able to make that money and been able to create that opportunity for people in my Discord. So like, it's a hard thing to say.
Yeah. It's the way I always look at it is like, dude, it was a lesson learned. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was a definite lesson learned that I'm still learning to this day. It's kind of like, hold what you want to hold, right? Like, I got my starch miners, like I'm good. I'm feeling good. I got my omen and stuff like that. And so I think like they create a lot of relationships, a lot of like times and shit like that, which is good. Created a lot of heartache, like for sure. But it's like, it's a lesson learned, you know what I'm saying? Like, be more diligent, with what you do. And don't think of everything as just like one ADA is one ADA. You know what I mean? Like,
that's true. I mean, I also, though, if I think back, buying NFTs wasn't a bad move. I was up a like 3x to a 5x on all of my clay items combined at one point, and I just held until I was losing. I was up on a lot of cornucopias things and held until I was losing. So yeah, I would say you shouldn't buy meme coins and hold meme coins either. But if you're trying to flip, like, yeah, it'd be great to buy some meme coins and flip for that day. So that too, NFTs weren't even a bad play. I just played them poorly.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel that completely. Like, I bought in the FOMO with the Utes. You know what I'm saying? Took a bag, threw it at them, and took my bag back, and everything was out of it.
It was a little lighter.
Gone. I should and I looked at it the whole time. When I sold my Kid Called Beast, and I was like, dude, I just want to buy like a mutant ape. Buying a mutant ape right now would be shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I missed that. But I also thought about buying little pudgies, little pudgy penguins.
Yeah.
Because they were at like 0.3 for the longest time. I was thinking about buying 4 of them at one point. And had I done that, I would have made 12 ETH, which right now would be 36,000.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of coulda, shoulda, wouldas.
Right.
I know we've talked about a lot of them. We talked about if we had sold all of your apes at that one point.
Yep.
We talked about maybe not buying apes and we're talking about Kongs actually at this point.
Kongs, yeah.
But I mean, yeah, I Ada Village or whatever was worth so much at one point. Or what was it? Ada Village, what was it called? The one that was made by the Korean developers. They made like not Pal World, but it's like a Pokemon game too, like with monsters.
It's Tavern Squad? Not Tavern Squad.
No. Oh, I can't. I think maybe it was Ada Village. Let me look. They were worth so much at one point.
I did Ada Zoo for a little bit.
Yep, Ada Zoo. Actually, one of my Ada Zoo assets sold the other day.
What?
Right? I was like, who's buying this? What are you talking about? But no, I had one of the rare albinos, but it was a weak one. It was like he had decent stats. He wasn't all right one, but like he's one of the earlier mons or whatever that you can get in the game. So I was just like, why would you even care? And the game has been out for such a long time now. People have been farming those albinos, those rares.
Yes.
So like, it's not even that big of a deal now. I don't know.
Yeah.
Shout out to them though.
Somebody just went nuts. They're like, I gotta have it.
I guess so. Maybe they're buying all the albinos. They're about to have a massive idea. I don't know.
I did buy new knives.
Okay.
Which is pretty exciting for me anyway.
Like kitchen set, or like you got into throwing knives?
No, the kitchen knives, like chef's knives. So yeah, I'm pretty stoked about those.
That's what's up.
Do I have my A to Zoos? I do.
Yeah, shout out to A to Zoo. My Lacey right here.
Yep, I got my Lacey as well.
This is what sold.
Baby, let's go.
I got 3 ADA from this trade, baby. I think that's how much it cost for the transaction. Because when you play this game, if you don't know, it's like a super old school style game, Pokemon style. You can catch as many mons or things or whatever as you want. But after, I think it's 3 or 5 or something like that, you have to start paying a higher fee. So you're disincentivized to catch after 3. And it resets, I think, every 2 weeks or something, to try just not to like have the supply be, really stupid. But yeah, the albinos are like these rare ones, just color wise. And then they have like their own stats that you can see and such. But yeah, floors.
How many zoo tokens you got?
I don't even know. Where would I know? Where would I see?
It's in your wallet.
I don't even think I hold any.
I got like 3,200. No big deal.
Yeah, look at all these Terrys that go on to waste. 5 ADA now. Brutal.
Which pisses me off.
That last week, dude. Last week was just a full week of bad decisions. Like, bought 2 meme coins, both of them rugged. Got scary Terrys, instantly crashed. A week before that, I bought like these EDOT pass that got delayed as hell.
Do you have this Lacey?
Let me see.
Oh shit.
Let me see. Where are you at?
He's all gold.
Yo, wait, what? They have a gold Lacey?
Yeah.
Are you? I feel like you're messing with me.
No, I'm not. That's mine.
That's what's up. You guys gonna go for levy sale?
No.
No. Probably not. Yeah, probably not. I'm not
People
like
already got it. They're gonna dump. People already got it. They're gonna dump.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even if it's 1,000. Like I've seen people with like 1,000. Those aren't even like top 60 holder shits. And I'm like, I'm just gonna get shit on, even if I try to go for it. So
what about anybody buying the dip? Anybody trying to buy the dip?
No.
Because I think that might be a move. You went for the EDOT pass. That guy is like the Jim Cramer of Cardano. That's a really funny comparison.
Listen, Hugs. All right. I went for the EDOT pass as well. Shut up.
It was a good move, in my opinion. But then it got delayed for whatever reason. I don't know who he's working with or whatever the plans were. But it got delayed. And yeah, there also wasn't like a really big announcement for like the first 3 weeks it was out. So those naturally just kind of went to crap. Also, EDOT has been nothing but kind to me. He gave me a mouse when he came into the Discord. Now is hyped on MiceFia, which everybody was either like super hyped on or you really hated MiceFia, right?
Low key, I really hated it.
Yeah, I really liked it. I thought it was cool. I thought it was cool that like finally somebody on Cardano is gonna develop like some cool artwork and some cool trailers and get some hype behind it. And yeah, then MouseFia did all of its things that it did.
Yeah.
But Voodoo says I think his artist effed him over. Damn.
Yeah, I think that's what happened.
With EDOT, you're saying?
Yeah, I'm in the Discord. They said they made a call. They were like, hey, buy the dip a bet. You know what I'm saying?
Who said EDOT told you to buy but okay.
Buy the dip a bet. I mean, 90%.
He said LOL, no hate.
Yeah, I know. I feel you. We're just giving you shit.
Yeah, no, it's all good. I definitely sold most of my suitcases. The stipulation behind him giving me a mouse was that I couldn't sell it. And like, I'm completely fine with that. If you want to give me something that I didn't own before and my stipulation is I can't sell it, it's like, I don't know why even give it to me at all, but I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll be a random holder of something to help with distribution numbers.
It's
Sure.
called, you went from investor to community member real quick.
Yeah. I feel like my rule is if I get gifted something and it's not like I don't need the money, I'm never gonna sell it. But
Yeah.
if it's been like a year or two, right, and I lost faith and that asset is still somehow higher, then I'll sell it. Right.
Yeah.
I give it some time. Unless you specifically tell me you don't want me to sell it, then
It's a
it's
nice
like, all right,
space bud
fair.
though.
Oh yeah.
You
Space
gonna talk
buds.
shit about his space bud there?
Space
Got a
buds are gonna
fucking
come
lion
back.
there. Look at that little tiger.
Let me see this little bud. This little dude. Oh
And
man.
you put him through. You put him through the old wormhole.
I did. He looks cool, man.
He does look cool. A lot better than Volume 1.
Yeah.
For sure.
And one of these days, I could see these being worth a lot, but man, I don't know when NFTs are going to come back or like what would really
Dude,
spike
They
NFTs.
just make really good, like the space buds make really good PFPs, dude. They freaking do. And I don't care what anybody says, dude. They make really good PFPs.
Voodoo saying jelly. A cube sold recently for 1,400. That's a steal. I think I still hold jelly tokens because the tokens are directly related to the price of jelly, or jelly cubes rather. So I hold like a fraction of a jelly cube. I think it's like a very, very small fraction, like a 14th. But the jellies, they're going up a little bit. I think they were 13. Let me check. 1750 was the floor price this morning. Yeah, 1750. And what were they just a few days ago? I think they were much lower. 1,600 yesterday or a few days ago.
Yeah.
So nothing too crazy. That's kind of where they've been hovering, like between 14 and 17. I think I sold my last one at like 21 or 22.
What about clays, dude?
You know,
Do you have clay assets though?
I still do. I'm never gonna let go of my clay that I use as my PFP for YouTube and all that. I'm probably never gonna let that go unless like somebody offers me something crazy.
Is it sub 1,000?
Yeah, it's been sub 1,000 for I think over a month now.
Holy shit!
Yeah, it doesn't feel good. I had 3 clays. My first clay I bought at 700, and then 13, and then 17. I want to say. And I sold one of them for, I want to say 1,300 or 1,200 before they fell even lower. So I'm still holding 2. I still hold my GC, which I minted for like 45 ADA. So that's still going to be up. I sold a lot of my land, but I still hold my large land plot, Sonic Village on the lake.
Right.
All right. So I don't want to let that go for anything cheaper than like 30K to 40K Cardano. And that's what it's listed at.
It's good real estate.
It is. It's good real estate.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I'm really hopeful that's will come back. I sold 1 clay.
Okay.
Yep. I sold all of my clay lands though, except for the Sonic Village large.
Well, let's look at Cardano drops. See what's coming up next, huh?
Let's see. What is this?
I'll go over to see all over there. Just view them all. The hell is that?
We got OG Phil.
Okay, no, thank you.
We got Moon Inu Pass. So meme coin is still, trying their thing. Falcon Pass. Bro, I'm an Atlanta Falcons guy, you know what I'm saying? But
yeah, but I'm
passing on that. Ghost Signature NFT card. No clue. Panda Kids looks like AI generated.
Yeah.
Fine chests. That could be a good meme, but it looks like it wasn't marketed well, or maybe it's just fallen into the trap of, being around all this other bullshit.
Yeah.
777 Apes looks like more AI generated bullshit. Not sure about the African Myth. Looks like maybe a small artist or something if you wanted to support.
Okay.
Maybe. Check yourself for your wreck yourself. None of these are. I'm not buying any of these.
Lost Degens? Was that Lost Degens?
Where? Oh, yeah, right here.
What is that?
There's only 50 of them available for 15 ADA. 18 have already minted.
Sweet Jesus.
Merely 50 lost degens. Hidden Bob.
Do you think they just needed liquidity there for a minute, or
Who?
you're only selling 50 NFTs for 15?
I'm assuming a lot of these are like unknown artists that just want to make some Cardano. Maybe some of these are like 15-year-olds,
Gotcha.
17-year-olds in their basement, just like, oh, I can make NFTs like I did on Ethereum last bull market. I think a lot of people right now are hustling. So, you know, I respect the hustle, but don't mint random shit, guys.
I got a speed gorilla. Are you fucking jealous of my speed gorilla?
Where?
Straight gold right here.
What are you showing me?
It's the speed gorilla.
Oh, that
My
guy.
Lacy.
That guy.
You
He
jelly?
looks cool. He looks cool. You think the Taz situation will affect the Lil Sappies? Yes, but maybe not to like a crazy degree. As
Did you
long
get
as
whitelist?
I'm not whitelist, I hit them up. They never got back to me.
How did you not get whitelist, dude?
Dude, I swear they hate me. Like, I swear, like, Taz just does not fuck with me at all. I messaged Congo directly about a month and a half ago. I was like, hey, I just want to know, like, who should I talk to about getting whitelist or whatever, and just completely ghosted. So I don't know, man.
It's too
I don't.
busy selling society, I guess.
It's whatever. It's whatever. Sometimes, like, I hit people up and I just get ghosted, and it's whatever. Like, I know what to expect. It's fine.
Did you watch the Big Boy fight?
I did, actually. I was at work that day and I was scrolling through YouTube Shorts and I was like, wait. Hold up, because on YouTube Shorts now they have like random live feeds.
Yeah.
Which, hey, I love it when I come across a good random live feed, because then I don't have to like keep scrolling. I can just sit there. Right. So I came across that and I was like, yo, wait, Ben? I was like, really? And he got in some good hits, man. He took some hits. I was like, yo, respect, man. Respect.
You can tell he got gassed. Bro,
Oh,
I've mined 2 blocks since we have been on this stream.
Nice.
Kind of nuts.
So that's like 2 ADA now, right?
Something like that.
Nice. So how many do you get per day? Like 10?
Oh, it just depends on the day, man. Luck of the draw, really. Like right now, I have 1 in 191st chance. So it'd be 0.524 luck.
So starch in the last few days has gone down, but nothing crazy.
Yeah.
It just hasn't gone any up.
No.
Only down.
No.
Brutal. But
well, we're gonna have a halving here pretty soon. So
yep, and you're gonna have one of these random days, man. I swear, you should look at these charts, these wicks right here, and you should put in a few sell orders at random highs.
Yeah.
You know?
Just be like, whoop, and
because like you're always gonna be mining more, and you know, you can always get more is basically what I'm saying.
Like right now I'm at 5.13 billion.
5.13 billion.
Yeah.
So that's worth 111 ADA. It's not bad.
Yeah.
And if you could get that, like, dude, even just like here, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's like triple your price.
Right. And so yeah, I'm just gonna keep mining all freaking day. I've done 22 blocks so far, which is not bad.
Not bad
I've
at
only
all.
had this thing. I average like 2 or 3 per day.
And that's all from your phone?
What?
And that's all from your phone, or?
Well, I can do it on my phone, my laptop, my Xbox, anywhere.
But what are you using right now?
Right now, my laptop.
Gotcha. That's actually really freaking good too, because mining is usually you don't get a block like that.
Yeah. Well, it's all proof of attendance. You literally just have to show up. It originally started as proof of work, right? And you have to like mine for real. And it was like a little bit labor intensive. But dude, if you got a good like processor, you could fucking like get all of the blocks. So they had it to where it was like the most amount of blocks in this guy has 21,787 blocks. and the most mined in one day, 485. One guy.
That's really good.
One guy, 485 blocks.
That's actually really good.
December 14th of 2023.
He's
Yeah.
probably got like a 4080 Ti, you know,
It's
whatever.
nuts. And so, like, it's all different sorts of cool shit going on. I got to go pick up my daughter. This sucks.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize we were over an hour.
Yeah, that's my bad.
Oh, no, that's both of our bads.
I just went on. I don't necessarily want to leave, but I have to because I got to pick up my kid.
All good. Hey, I mean, just keep looking at the Bitcoin chart, guys. Well, that's going to determine everything. We definitely like could have a pullback, you know, it's high as hell. But yeah, everything's going pretty well. Cardano hasn't broken out. Would not surprise me if Bitcoin cools off and Cardano decides to do the thing, because that's usually what happens with us. But yeah, man, get outside, see your family, see your friends, you know, make some more money. That's what we're doing, right?
Yeah.
Go pick up your kids and, you know, don't forget them either.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Peace.